Pratico cushion is a cushion developed for more active people. So people with paraplegia, spinal cord injury, or children with spina bifida. It is a cushion very useful and indicated for women pelvis management as well as children management. This cushion, posterior part, you'll see differences between domino, less higher, is a cushion to manage and address at the coccyx level. The flat base of a construction of the Pratico cushion has a slow wedge anteriorly and posteriorly holes for ventilation. The material of the base is made in polyethylene foam rigid, and all the inserts are in soft polyethylene foam and elastic. This is why this cushion is very useful for children and people that have a more active lifestyle. The containment of the posture is less than domino cushion because this kind of client has less deformities and is made with a lateral structure that can address all the pelvis and the femoral cones, and a lower abductor, and there are two particular wedges in the posterior part can be fitted under the posterior concave to manage the anterior pelvis tilt. Why this? Because very often in people with spina bifida, in children with spina bifida, the morphology is different from each other. So these children have more lordosis and more anterior pelvis tilt. This is why we use these posterior wedges to manage this compensation. Also, these posterior wedges can be used to compensate the posterior tilt of the wheelchair, where that often is used to give more action when the people has to push. But we know that when there is a bigger tilt of the chair, of the wheelchair, the load of the person is higher in the posterior part of the pelvis. This is why that kind of compensation can help to better distribute the body loads and avoid the pressure point. This cushion with children with spina bifida is very useful also to manage compensation when they use trunk orthosis. And in that case, the children, they don't have very trunk stability and they slide into the cushion. So we developed this cushion also to control their lateral movement into the wheelchair when they use trunk orthosis and total orthosis for trunk and pelvis and legs. The padding system of Pratico cushion is also made with two different materials. Polyurethane foam with a low spring action, this white foam, in the posterior part and memory foam on the top. The client of this cushion transfer by alone from the wheelchair and conduct a very active lifestyle, so we use only one sheet of foam to avoid dislocation of foam when the client is seated and transfer. Cover is made with the same materials of the other cushion. This cover we developed for Inserto cushion is a cover with elasticated material and ventilated material in the lateral and a specific material on the top made by three different layers of materials. The internal part is a membrane that has the property to avoid urine to go inside the cushion and is breathable from inside to outside. In the middle part there is a line of polyurethane foam to emphasize the comfort of the client, and on the top is a 3D material for ventilation. This cushion was developed with in mind the client with the spinal cord injuries, in particular for paraplegic. MODO cushion, respect to other cushion, hasn't a flat base, but has a contour shape base. Inside we'll find insert, modular insert, to assess for the length of the legs as well as anti-thrust of the pelvis. Also, in the case of pelvis rotation or ischium discrepancy. The material of MODO cushion is polyethylene foam, very soft and elastic. These give to the cushion big properties of lightness. So this cushion is very light and very useful for people very active. As you can see, there is a cut in posterior part and the lateral part to avoid the pressure point for coccyx and trochanters. We'll find here in the posterior part two pads to give push-exert action to trunk and manage the mass address of the person. Into the kit we'll find also these two pads that can be used to manage pelvis obliquity or used in this point to exert more the load under the ischium. Talking about the foam of a MODO cushion, we will find together four kinds of foam. In the bottom side, we'll find polyethylene foam with the phone-absorbing properties. This is to avoid reaction from floor to arrive to the client. Then we'll have spring action foam. Then we'll have visco foam and memory foam. So when the client moves, this part will bring ergonomy of the client and support the shape of the client, and all the bottom part of the cushion will follow the movements and maintain the contact with the client. As you can see, this cover doesn't have the round under, and is more easily to adjust because we don't have so much customization in this cushion, but the look is different. Also, another point is this pocket in the front part where the client can put something inside, and into the pocket we'll have also another Velcro pocket for scents.